Hey guys, it's the BronzeBeards.
And Keyvan B.
Today we have a wizard overview video brought to you by Notorious Studios. In this video, we'll go over the playstyle, skills, abilities, various combos, tips, strengths, and weaknesses. So let's slide into it.
The Fire and Frost Wizard are glass cannons. Ice is the king of control, steady burst, and mobility. Your role in the game is to engage, burst, and get out, being as slippery as ice.
The Fire Staff is the master of burst damage and excels in team fights with a lot of self-pill options. It's by far the strongest weapon for farming PvE mobs for that sweet elusive loot.
Our first ability is Arclight Explosion. You will look at the ground, you'll press it, it'll put a silencing circle that will drop their block and do 2 block pips. The next ability is Time Warp. It can be killed by anyone that it's casted on, or you can reactivate it and return them back to their location. Next ability is Overload. It is our charged power spender. It will use our purple bar. You can gain purple bar by landing charge attacks on people, and then when you overload, you can charge attack while blinking around and staying super mobile. Our last ability here is Frost Armor. It will make you unstoppable, and you won't be able to get hit out of charge attacks. You'll see me get hit by this, it still didn't interrupt my charge attack.
Let's cover the second option for the ability. Arclight Cling. Cling will follow the target and do 2 explosions. On the second explosion, it will silence the target. Our next ability is Gravity Well. Gravity Well will pull all targets in the well into the center of the well. Our charged power spender is called Overcharged. Overcharged will give you an instant full charge fireball or full charged ice lance. Our weapon ability for our staff is Conflag. Conflag will consume the burn dot on all targets affected by your burn and does 2 fire pillars of damage. The first will almost always hit, the second one can be easily evaded. You can cause burn on a target with a fireball or pyroblast.
Weapon ability breakdown. First up for Frost Orb, we have Frost Nova. If you hold down the right mouse button and tap left click, that will Frost Nova, which will root a target in an area of effect around you. The reason this is important is if you look at these traits, if you charged attack a rooted target, you will summon a ley line and it will critically strike, like so. The ley line will give you a hasted attack. Look how fast you do your charge attacks. Which brings us to our next weapon ability, is the Ice Slide. As you can see, the charge attack is a bit slow, but if you Ice Slide, you gain a buff, a little frosty buff. The next 5 seconds, your next charge attack will be fast. So it works kind of like ley line, where they're rooted, it makes a ley line, charge attacks are hasted, and they're super quick. If you don't have a ley line, your next option is to dodge slide or ice slide. And that brings us into our next part about the charge attack combo. If you fully charge attack and then quick left mouse button click afterwards, it'll do a nice little quick attack. And as you can see there, quick attacks can headshot. Now quick attacks is normally a 3 little burst combo. Does 3 little things, resets, does 3 little attacks, resets. Charge attack, 1 big charge attack, and then a quick left mouse button after, and then it'll do the 3 charge attacks. The affliction for Frost is Frostbite. It will slowly build up on the target, and when it builds up to 100%, it will proc Frostbite, which will root the target, which allows you to get off a charge attack to get a ley line like you see. So he's rooted, and then it'll apply a buff that makes him take 10% more damage for about a minute or 2. They will move slow or have a slow on them for about 5 seconds or so. It's very, very good. Now the weapon breakdown for fire. You have Fireball, a quick left mouse button, does not stagger the enemy. It applies a burn, which you can conflagrate. The second stage, your hand goes back. That does do a stagger. Also applies the burn. The third stage is when your hand goes back a little bit more, right there. That does like a medium-sized puddle. Stagger, more damage, and then the fully cooked fireball is the last phase of it. Next up would be your tech attack. If you hold down right mouse button, tap left click, does a Dragon's Breath, which incaps the target. Incap will break on the next amount of damage taken. The most useful combo for Wizard is if you can catch someone in a Dragon's Breath, cook a little fireball, and Conflagrate. After that, we have Dragon's Fire, which if you hold down right mouse button, then hold down left click, it'll do a Fire Breath. It's very good. It pierces block. It builds up combustion really fast. Great for PvE. After that, we have our Evade attack. It does 5% combustion buildup. You just tap Evade and then left mouse button. That also pierces block. It's very, very good if you go up against priests or warriors, if you can afford the stamina. And the affliction for fire is combustion. It will build up. If you fully cook fireball, it takes about 2.5 fireballs in order to build up completely. Once it reaches 100, they will ignite in a little, see like a little circle bubble pop up that will explode into a percentage of their max HP in a radius around them. It's very, very strong. Definitely do your burst or go in whenever someone is combusted if you ever notice that. Combos, strategies, and tips. First and most important integral thing for Wizard in general for both fire and frost is scrolls. You have a bunch of scrolls as you'll see in the screenshot. Most importantly, Frost Cyclone, which will root the target. Pyroblast, which will throw a really big fireball at the target. It also tracks onto them. Invisibility. And one of the most fun abilities, Meteor. To put a ground effect, and after some time, a meteor will come down from the heavens and do very large amounts of damage. Quick little tip here with a few traits. On the far right hand side at level 10, you unlock a 3rd ring slot. On the far left hand side, you get Translocate, which allows you to dodge a 3rd time. Now, the costs for dodging is 20, 25, 25. So 20, 25, 25. You're invisible for a short duration. Very, very good for covering a lot of distance. The other trait is Mirror Image. Using Evade twice in a row in combat, and emphasis on in combat, will conjure a mirror image. So if our weapon is holstered and we dodge twice, nothing happens. In combat, means you unsheath your weapon. If your weapon's unsheathed and you dodge twice, summons a mirror image. The combo for fire is Time Warp. And then we Time Warp return, we Frost Cyclone, we Silence, we Dragon's Breath, we Overcharge Fireball. And then when they blink away, Conflagrate. The combo for Frost is a little bit different. Instead, we are going to Ice Slide, which is dodge, and then left mouse button in, and then we're going to technical attack, hold right mouse button and left click, we're going to Silence, Overload, Frost Cyclone. And then hit him with the charge attack. The two most problematic things for a wizard is how to deal with roots or phantom dagger. Once a rogue teleports to you, you can invis scroll and walk away. The roots are not applied when you're invis. The second most problematic thing for wizards is dealing with a blocking character, warriors, priests, rogues, etc. If they have block up, you can use your technical attack with Fire Staff and Dragon's Breath. That will actually break their block. You can get some damage in. The second way that you can deal with it is with Silence. So if you Arclight Explosion, that will drop their block while they're silenced. Wizards' general weaknesses and or counters, we just have low base HP. We're very weak to physical damage if Frost Form's not active. And we're very weak into block pips, especially for Frost. With Fire, you can kind of get by with just breaking their block with the Dragon's Breath. And it's very easy to mismanage stamina on this class. With regards to kind of hard matchups, we're kind of weak into like Sword and Shield Priest, Medium Bow Hunter with the Stagger can be kind of relentless, and then Warrior, just because they're enraged, makes them unstoppable and immune to roots and or slows. I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching. Thank you, Notorious. If you have any questions and or want to see more advanced gameplay, be sure to check out my Twitch, Keyvan B_ or TheBronzeBeards. Good luck out there in Legacy, and keep it frosty. Bye.